Hey guys, and welcome back. So today we are going to be discussing which of the two Dragons Rising sets you see in front of me is the better set. I'm discussing which two these are because these are the two I brought because I believed they were the best in the wave. And they are similar in price and piece count, so they're the ones people are most likely going to have to struggle with deciding which to buy. There are a few factors which are going to decide which one's better. The amount of figs, the quality of the figs, the pieces, the price, the playability, the displayability, the size, and the features. So we're just going to get right into it with the amount of figs. So they both have the same amount of normal minifigures, but in the Elemental Dragon versus Empress mech, we also get the baby dragon Ryu. So I'm going to give figs to the amount to the Elemental Dragon versus Empress mech due to the fact that it has that Ryu figure, so it technically has 7 minifigures. But then we also need to decide which one has the better minifigures. Well, both sets have Empress Beatrix and Lord Raz. This is one of the biggest problems with getting both for me, because if both of the best sets have 2 duplicate minifigures, I think that's a problem. But let's have a look at the figures anyway. So we have Lord Raz. Let's just get rid of his hammer. And he has a very unique molded headpiece, kind of reminiscent of the Chima ones. I just wish the teeth were actually shown, because I got this set before and built it before I watched the show. But yeah, I wish his teeth were showing. I just put that shuriken on the back to distinguish the two figures. But he does have arm printing, which is quite nice, and I do love this new like Imperium shoulder pad thing. They make quite a big deal of those in the show. He's got leg and feet printing, which is great. In the gold and black color scheme looks great, but it's a dark gold, and I think that looks really cool. So yeah, he was a great figure to have. Then we have Empress Beatrix, brand new hairpiece, very cool. Again with that Imperium shoulder pads. No arm printing, which is kind of disappointing, seeing as she's the big villain of the wave. Feet printing though, so that's decent. Back printing on the torso. And 2 faces as well. So we got her angry face, and we got her calm face. That was also a great minifigure to have. But so both sets include them, and Empress Beatrix does have this really cool Imperium blade. Like, I'm sorry, this is one of the coolest sword pieces Lego's ever done. But yeah, both sets have these figures. So we are going to be continuing mainly with the Elemental Dragon here to start with. So continuing with the bad guys, we've got the Imperium Guard, but this one's gold, and I think he's exclusive to this set, the one in gold. But he has this pipe thing where he can get Ryu with, and his frying pan helmet, which is quite cool. He looks like a robot, but he's not actually a robot. It's just his armor. But the black on gold this time instead of gold on black, I think looks really good. Then we've got Sora. Sora's one of the new characters, so they've put a bit more effort in. So she's got arm printing, a bit more of a unique torso and feet design, but she doesn't have foot printing. Her helmet is like the other ninjas' helmets. It's just got hair and ears molded into it, and she's got arm printing on that one golden arm. It's clearly shown how she's into tech and all that kind of stuff. Then we've got Ryu. Nothing special, a single piece, molded completely, nice wings, pretty sturdy, decent face printing, so that's an alright thing to get. Then we've got Zane, and what I do like about all these new ninja is that they have this side of their face which has their eyes and a bit of that elemental power in it. Maybe that'll be to do with the second half of the season. And then they've just got on the back their normal face. But I think this is probably the best of the new suits. I like the light blue on white. I think it just looks really good. And I wish we could get some arm printing for the ninja, honestly. I think it'd be good. But they don't have it in the show, which is why I'm assuming they don't have it here. But yeah, it's a decent all-round fig. And I'm just going to remove this bit because they all have really nice back printing as well. But you don't get to see that because of the well, this just kind of covers it up, and that's a bit of a shame, really. Just lost his head there. But yeah, that's my only complaint I really have, but that's with all of the Ninja figs. We move on to Jay. He's alright. He's quite a cool fig. The colours are nice and the belt is nice. But again, same problem with the back. Like, it... No, wait, that's his legs. Wait. Just take that off. See, that's a really cool fig and really cool back printing, but we don't get to see that at all, which I think is a massive shame. But, oh well. So we're going to move on now to the 4 remaining figs from the Temple of Dragon Energy Cores. Now this is the exclusive fig. This is the one people are going to be most interested in. This is the Temple of the Spirit, and he's got a skirt piece, completely printed though, that's nice. And he's wearing like weird robes, almost like he's an old sensei or something. The ghost of Sensei Wu, perhaps, because we haven't seen him yet. Some great back printing that we can actually see. So that's really nice to have. And the Emperor Palpatine's hood piece and a cool face. So that's pretty good. Sorry about that. My stand isn't very stable at the moment. I'm going to try and get a new one at some point. No. Sorry. Really sorry. So then we've got Cole as well. You can't see him as well. You can't really see the elemental power in his IP, in his headpiece. It's quite hard to see because the black on black kind of really disguises it. But it looks cool. The black and orange colour theme's one of the best in the show. I really like it. I've always liked it. But again, that back printing that we can't see. Then we get Kai and Nia, brother and sister, same set. So yeah, Kai's just basic. He's nothing special, to be honest, but I do like the elemental power around his eyes. I think that's done the best. But yeah, it's pretty good. Nia's also decent. I do like the gunmetal grey on blue. That's quite a bit of a unique colour scheme. And her elemental power around the eyes is easily the best. But yeah, that's about it for the minifigures. So if you were able to get both of these sets, you'd be able to get all but one of the original Ninja and all but 2 of the main Ninja team now. So yeah, if you're lucky enough to be able to pick up both, that's really good for you. But for figures, I'm gonna probably give it to the Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores because of the Cole and Nia figs and because of the Spirit of the Temple figure. So now we're going to talk about pieces. So this one, it's not really a debate, not what I think is best. This is just facts. The Elemental Dragon versus Empress mech has about 10 more pieces, so that wins on pieces. It has 1,038, I think it's 38 or 39, and then the Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores has 1,028 or 29. Again, I'm not 100% sure on which one it is. Sorry if you guys just noticed a weird cut or a lower in height. I was just trying to sort out my stand for my camera. So yeah, now price as well. So again, one we can't really dispute. So price for the Elemental Dragon versus Empress mech was £95 sterling. So that's UK. I think it was a lot higher in the US. I think it was like $110, maybe 120. And the Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores was £85 in the UK. So in the UK, similar prices. Obviously, £10 for about 10 pieces isn't a good deal, but there's a lot of big molded pieces in this one, specifically molded, so that'll be why. But in America, the price is definitely a better value for that one. Still is a better value in the UK, but in America, it's just the price is horrible for this dragon here. We're going to go on to playability. So we're going to push this one, all these figures to the side for a sec, and we're going to get rid of all the figures really, except Empress Beatrix. So obviously, Elemental Dragon versus Empress Mech. Slot Empress Beatrix in there. You got a great mech. And there's a little flyer here. This is designed for Jay. You can take his swords out, put them on the side there. Oh god. And Jay can just lift his arms up. Boom. He's got a little flyer. Obviously, this is a side build. May not seem very important at the moment, and I just realised I've put these on wrong. Yeah, as weird as it may seem, you put these on like that, so the blue side bits are facing inwards, then they don't really move as much. Guess it looks more cohesive. That's not the main part of the build we're looking at here. We're looking at the big old elemental dragon. Now this is one of the best dragons they've ever done on the size. So glad Jay's finally getting a big dragon. It's a T-Rex like as well, and got long tail. It can move its wings like so. Fuller arms aren't articulated at the elbows because it's using those Evo joints, but it's got articulated hands, 2 articulated segments in the neck. The legs on ratchet joints can move like that, can move like that. They've got plenty. Now, the feet are actually on 2 ball joints, and I'm not really sure why, but it does help it move side to side like that, but the feet can't move forward or back. Now the tail as well. Again, I'm so sorry. I need to sort my filming situation out, really. Now the tail at the back, it's got a bunch of lightning elements. It's cool. It's got 3 posable sections, and they do actually hold themselves up, which is a really good thing as well. So that's just great. It's really posable, so that's really good to play with. If the mech was a little bit bigger, it would probably be better. See, this flyer is kind of stupid, but it's kind of got an important thing it does at some point. So yeah, that's good. But if they had made it £110 in the UK, added 200 pieces, made that mech bigger, this would be, without a doubt, the best set of the wave. But so for playability, it's very good to play with. Kids, you can get into loads of positions. It's nice that it has something to face off against. That's always good. You don't get that in the Temple of the Dragon Energy course. You just get the minifigures, but an actual build, vehicle, mech. It's just always nice to have something to face off with. And I wish they did this more, like technology versus beast, but they could do that on the opposite side. They could have a ninja mech versus a evil dragon, something like that. But it's really cool. Yeah, I've just realised one feature I'm going to need to add at the end, and that's going to be the build and all that kind of thing. But yeah, if you just give me 1 sec, my stand is falling off again. Okay, yeah, I'm really sorry about this. I need to sort something out because I can't just hold my phone all the time. It's really shaky and it doesn't look that good. But I'm trying my best, so I'm really sorry about that, guys. And I know I said I was trying to get higher quality videos out, but you know, stands and proper good stands, they cost money, and I spent that all on Lego Ninjago. So I'm a bit skin at the moment. Okay, so let's move on to the Temple of the Dragon Energy course for playability. So, depending on what you define playability as, do you find it as play features or how easy it is to play with, how well you can play with it? See, I define play features as a completely different thing, so we will go over those later, but they do play a factor in its playability, I suppose, so we might as well go over it now. And then we'll decide which one has better playability. So starting off, we have this little thing here. It's just to hold this guy's sword. Nothing really special. Tiny side build from pack 1. And don't worry, that was not the entirety of pack 1. Got this well thing here, which has some green energy at the bottom. So the doors can open. They open, how do they? Sorry, they just got a bit stuck. So they open like that, opening up to absolutely nothing, actually. And I'm so sorry, I knocked it over. That was my fault then. I'm not even going to try and blame the stand. So yeah. Then we have the play feature of this tree is able to fall down, block the doors. Most of the play features are just things breaking. I've just realised there's already a bunch of dust on this set. I've had it for 10 days. It's already covered in dust. I really need to sort out how to dust things. What's great about it for the playability is that there's so many spots you can just place minifigures, and people are going to probably complain about all these black studs things that are so obvious here, but no, it's so good because you can place the figures at an angle, and that's really great. So the other play feature you can see from the outside, I'm just going to include it in playability because that one doesn't have play features really. It just has articulation and playability, but play features are, it's like basically a mechanism. And what you can do, you press this lever down and boom, that part of the bridge falls off. There is a bit of a theme of things falling down in this set, but you know. But yeah, it's pretty good. Not much else you can play with until we turn it around. So we turn it around, obviously we got the Dragon Energy Core right there. And we have two more play features. So if we're looking at this piece of floor here, very obvious. Like they could have concealed the play feature a bit more. But I think it's almost like a stand. Like maybe it's almost like he's pretending, the Temple of the Spirits pretending to be a statue. So it's almost like a stand, and you can just pop him off like that. It does look a bit more like a stand than a bit of floor, doesn't it? Yeah, and there's obviously candles and stuff, but these aren't play features. These are just what makes it nice. Then our final play feature, you see these two barrels. They use the shape of the tree to fall down on anyone. Now, this set has not been in the show yet, but I think when it is, it's going to fall down because all the play features are oriented around it being destroyed and it falling down. And I guess you could call that a play feature, but I wouldn't really call it a play feature. Yeah, so as for which one has more playability, so this one has a few play features. Well, this one wins play features, definitely, because it's got 4 play features? No, 3 play features. No, 4. No, it has 4 play features. The tree, the bridge, the barrels, and the thing there. And the dragon has no play features, it doesn't shoot anything, it can just move, which is great. I will show you one thing that could count as a play feature though. But in terms of playability, I think the dragon wins anyway, because kids can do more with it. You can fly it around, you can make it attack things. You can't pose a temple, so to speak. But the temple is great. And yeah, so I'm just going to show you this one play feature, or what I think is a play feature. Well, it's a transformation feature really, but that's a play feature. So we take this saddle off the back here. I'm just going to turn him around so you can actually see everything that goes on. Just raise his head up like that. We actually grab this flyer, Jay's flyer thing here. So we grab the 2 tail bits. One of them attaches there. One attaches there. Then we grab these 2 bits. Now these 2 bits going on, I think, makes it better because these big ugly, just like things sticking out the wings, like not the little ball joint black bits. They're there on every dragon with vinyl wings. I mean like the pins. Oh, I just broke that out. My bad. As you can see, I have not done this much. I think I've probably done it wrong. Yeah, I've done it wrong. Wrong size. I've been having it on my shelf without the added bits. But yeah, we put those on, and then we got 2 last bits. Well, 3 last bits actually. This will act as a saddle, but I'm not going to put it on because that can kind of damage the wings a little bit. We put these blades on here, huge blades, huge molded bits. And then we have the ultra form of the dragon. I mean, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, if it didn't have these bits on it, I think it'd look good because it could still be natural. Maybe if they'd recolored them or made them a bit more lightning-y, it'd be good, but I think it's still a great play feature. And this saddle bit is meant to just slot on there, but I just really don't like it. I prefer this normal saddle. if I'm being honest. But I'm going to leave it displayed like this for now because, I don't know, maybe it'll grow on me. I think it goes this way around. Yeah. So, yeah, but I think that Elemental Dragon wins playability. So I'm just going to write down, I've got a little sheet for when I'm editing. So Elemental Dragon wins amount of figs, Temple wins the best figs, play features goes to Temple, playability goes for the dragon, pieces go for the dragon, Temple goes for price, display ability and size are all that we have left, but I'm going to add another one. Displayability is the Temple. It's just so easy to display. It looks so good on display. That's the main reason I brought it. Actually, I had a perfect spot in mind on my shelf, and it looks great there. Except now the dragon has to go in front of it because I have not found anywhere to put that yet. So displayability is easily the Temple. The back isn't the best, but it just from the front it just looks gorgeous. Like especially the tree, all the leaves, that just looks great. And when you have all the ninja on it as well, because I was displaying all the figures on it, so it looks great. Size as well, depends what we're defining size as. Width is the dragon. Length is the dragon. Height, it's the tree. Not the tree, the temple. Sorry, it's got a big tree on the other side. So the size, I'd say the dragon, because the dragon actually takes up more space because of the tail, because of the legs, because of the mech. So size is the dragon. But that could actually be a bad thing, if you think about it. So, yeah. And now, I'm just going to pick what they look like, and my final thoughts on which I actually think is better. So the temple looks great. Clearly in the autumn or the spring, the leaves aren't fully green. Some of them are slightly parched and dying, but it looks great. The colours look great on it. I love the tree. The tree is what not inspired. It made me get the build, and the red in it as well. This is why I think the temple might be burning. There could be embers or something. But I think the temple was just done so well, and I really like it. Looks great. The dragon, well, if we start with the mech looks really good. The black on gold colour scheme, as I've said, for the minifigures looks great. The sword looks great. Massive oversized sword. Looks really cool. And the dragon itself, when in the ultra form, it looks great. The amount of moulded cool piece it has, like these lightning elements, are great. The head element. I'm not normally a fan of moulded heads, but this one's done so well. It looks so fierce, so actually wild. I love the posture it has as well. I love the T-Rex posture, and the fact that the stomach is a different colour. They've given it a tan colour. The vulnerable areas, they've highlighted it. It looks great. So now comes the hard part. Which do I prefer, and which do I think is a better set for your money? For your money. Bear in mind, I think from what YouTube Studio said, most of my audience is from the UK, so we're going to use UK price. Wow, this is really hard because I haven't decided myself. But if you want to play with it, get the dragon. It's more playable. If you're a kid, get the dragon. Might be a bit out your price range is £95. Yeah, I did spend £180 on Lego Ninjago. Yes, I'm not a child. Oh well. If you want to display it, you want to get the Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores. It's great. If you're like me, want to do a bit of both, which one do you pick? I'm going to say Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores. Now, they actually have both on all the things I had for it. So figs, the amount, figs, which are the best, piece, price, playability, displayability, size and features. They both have equal. They've both got 4. So it comes down to what I think. So I would get the Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores. You get better minifigures. It's nice to display. It looks really good. But it's got plenty of playability you can play with. And it's equal for both the bad guys and the good guys. So the kids would like that to play with. And displayability, it's really easy to display the figures. It looks great. and it's just a better value for your money. If this one was 85 quid, I'd say this one, but no, get the Temple of Dragon Energy Cores. It is an amazing set. You would love it. And if you want to get both, like I did, that's great. Just bear in mind you will get 2 repeat minifigures in Lord Raz and Empress Beatrix. So just bear that in mind. That was my only problems with the sets, really. So yeah, I wouldn't say they're both 10 out of 10 sets. Every set has a problem, but they're pretty damn close. This one is definitely a 9.5 out of 10. This one is probably a 9 out of 10. So yeah, if you get the chance, pick up the Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores, and maybe at some point, if you wanted this one as well, wait for an offer, maybe even just like a £10 off offer, then it's worth it. It's great. You get one of the energy cores in its head there. Quite a lot of stickers in both of them. But yeah, £85, 1,000 pieces. I haven't seen that kind of pricing for a while in Ninjago, if I'm being honest. Remember that Lloyd's Ultra Dragon from last year? £130 for 900 pieces. Yeah, these are much better value. Great set. Best set in the Dragon's Rising wave. Get that one if you can. If you can't find that one, get this one. If you want both, get both. Both amazing sets. You'll be happy with both of them. Thank you for watching until the end, and please consider subscribing if